this is Ian Davidson with OpenX, and I'm here with Robert Spratlen, SVP of Digital Media and Audience Science at Viacom. We're here at Advertising Week. The whole world has converged on New York to talk about how marketers can do a better job of reaching consumers. As you think about that, what are some of the key themes that you'll be working on the next year to reach consumers effectively?
It starts with obviously being able to capture all these different data sources and being able to do it in a privacy compliant manner. We have GDPR, we have different initiatives taking place domestically. So I think we are top of mind, making sure that all of those different privacy standards are in place. And then once we capture that data, how do we commingle those data sets? How do we make sure that we can activate against those data sets? And so it's basically taking a very fragmented ecosystem and trying to streamline those approaches between platforms. I think the most important ingredient if you're a content company is having great content. If you have great content, the audiences will find that content. And so our job is to make sure that it's readily available and that we can personalize, customize, and make that experience as enjoyable as possible.
So you just described your job as making great content. And our job in programmatic is to make people who have great content successful and to make marketers successful. What are the things that you would like to see from the programmatic ecosystem and possibly even exchanges to help you do your job better?
Yeah, I think the first one is having these exchanges get closer to the actual brands. When you think about it, and one of the great things, at least about having an in-house programmatic team, is we are in direct communication with our DSP on a consistent basis. I think where that communication and that relationship lags is obviously between the exchanges and us that are hands-on keyboards inside of the DSP. So being able to understand holistically what the value of each exchange brings, what that quality brings, I think that's where an ad exchange can really start to separate itself. Being able to solve the problems that are unique for us as a tune-in advertiser is very different than a direct response type of campaign. And what I mean by that is, we have very short windows where we need to reach a large swath of the audience to influence Nielsen ratings, which obviously then help us on an ad sales perspective. So the algorithms are set up much better for hard conversions in a digital world. In my world, we don't really have that hard conversion. So we look at the quality of the inventory. Is it viewable? If an ad's not viewable, then it really doesn't matter to me. Also, robots are not in the Nielsen panel, so robots don't help me either. And so when you take all of those ingredients together, what I want to be able to understand is when I see the same impression show up in 3 different exchanges, what is it besides price that's really bringing me value?
And as you guys start to think about your content distribution and driving real eyeballs to see your advertising, to view your shows, what are you seeing in the world of CTV, the emerging convergence of technology and existing screens, and where do you think you will be able to do more in that space in the years to come?
CTV is still building that scale. I don't think it's at a tipping point. Traditional television is still where the largest audiences are found, but I think it speaks to the fact that content consumption is becoming more and more fractured. Where do you solve for that fractured? Well, you solve for that through data and being able to unify data across different platforms, across different screens. And so I think we are very well positioned in the CTV space, the OTT space, whatever you want to call it. But I think where it gets really interesting is how are you able to take those insights from different platforms, unify it, and then bring about a really great experience for our clients and our consumers.
Thank you, Robert.